Here at a Wet and Wild CV Kelly Park for the Under-14's Gold Girls 14 Metro competition, and it's 1v2, 3 clashes so far, 2-1 the records in the head-to-head. Who will prevail today? And we'll give you the lineups as we get through this one between the Mounties and the Guildford Owls. But an extra time clash in the game before, and finals is upon us. And after a pretty good winter, just as we get a touch of spring and some sunshine, the rain comes down. But a great clash here between two powerhouses, 10 and 4, ranked first and second in defence and differential exactly the same. So a great matchup for you. And again, we'll get through those lineups. We get a break in play, but today's coverage is brought to you by the Butcher's Block. And just like footy, they're built on family, respect and passion, and they believe the kitchen is the heart of every home and everyone is welcome at their table. That kick-off here will be with the Guildford Owls, who, after the first two clashes, losing to Mounties 22-0 and 26-12, won in round 14, 2018. And this one, all important to move on in the final series. Loser will play elimination football next week. And just waiting for the call from the officials to get us underway here. Good luck to all the teams in the Parramatta Junior Rugby League District, with finals now kicked off well and truly. And in the weeks to come, the path to grand final day is upon us. And then we have the Battle of West to follow, year 3 since its return. This year alternating back to Penrith. Just some conversation between the coaches and officials here before we get things underway. A little bit of and the Mounties on your screen in the black and gold, Guildford, the maroon, the gold and the white jerseys. A couple of players feeling the cold and waiting the whistle to warm up things for finals. Very close to go time. The referee now looks at the officials' table. The talk is over. Go time. 14-1's Metro Gold Girls. Owls versus Mounties. 2-1 head-to-head in some great games. Who will prevail today? And there's the whistle to get us underway. First possession will be with the Mounties team. Going back there, Leilani Pearson picks up the football. Tries to head back down the short side and comes out past the first defender for now. And with the Guildford Owls defensively trying to tee off here, it's Faith Lungi. Takes the second touch and centres the attack. And play the ball a little bit messy and called there by the referee. Roll ball and it's a turnover. And Guildford invited straight inside the attacking 20. And good opportunity here first up. We'll see what they can do. Latoya Tupo plays the ball for Aline Mao. Now goes down this left-hand corridor. Met heavily by a couple of defenders. Now with Lola Hare. Goes to Kasaya Sakulu. Sakulu tries to drive forward. Now from dummy half again, Lola Hare to the posts and hands across to Aholale. And Aholale tries to drive through and attracts 5, but numbers to the right. And that's where they're trying to get the football. But from dummy half, looks like they've plunged over. And quick points and a great start from the error. And Kalolan Lolahare scores the first try. And 4-0 with a kick to come. Guildford Owls off the error with a fast start. And that try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. And now with a break in play, we'll give you those lineups. The Mounties team in Jersey 1 is Ruta Leatawa. The 2 is Bailey Key Daniel. The 3 is Paris Elizabeth Soy. The 4 is Ramon To'o Malatai. The 5 is Leilani Pearson. The 6, Olivia Kula. 7 is Harmony Scanlon. 8 is Dava Mosa. 9, Brooklyn Elliard. 10 is Faith Lungi. 11 is Raven Tatalafua. 13 is Taya Papali'i. 14 is Nevaeh Segalius. 15, Blessing Otoneru. 17, Aviela Danto'o. 18, Nancy Godfrey. 19, Amelia Fichetti. 20 is Aviana Naran. And 21 is Naraya Salanoa. And they're coached by David Kula. And as the Owls try to convert here through the boot of Lola Hare, it is the preferred side for the left footer. And just to the right of the uprights. And approach is good. Strike is 2 and 6-0. The Guildford Owls line up like this. Number 1 is Talia Bustani. The 2 is Maria Himiona. The 3 is Lela Olalale. The 4 is Finau Marfoa. The 5 is Leda Tawakila. The 6 is Zara McKinney. 7 is Summer Speechley. 8 is Louisiani Kafi. The 9 is Latoya Uata Tupo. The 10 is Kasaya Sekulu. 11, Line Ma'au. The 13 is Najalina Siviero. 14, Caroline Lola 15, Amelia Falau. 16, Bella Komodo. And the 17 is Naomi Pakawa. And their coach is Edmund Lola The perfect start for Edmund Lola and his team. 6-0 off the error. And almost 4 minutes into this one. And kick off goes into the dead space, but cleaned up and some good contact. Over the top. Trying to get things moving in the right direction on play 2. And now centre field. Driving one in is Aholale. And the drop football there, and they turn it over the set after points. And a positive start off the first few carries, but the Owls offer Mounties attacking field position. And the Mounties team take that with 2 hands. And on the 40-metre line, in the attacking half, they choose a centre field scrum feed. 2 to the left, 4 to the open. Bit of communication here with a late swap. From the back of the scrum, see what the Mounties can come up with in attacking field position. And scrum feed here. Comes at the back. Trying to cut across. And Soe's brought to ground. Trying to back to her feet right now. Ball comes across. Dished on to Lungi. And Lungi brought to ground on the 40, so not much progress on the first 2 tackles and good defence. Papali'i. And now back and trying to work and get through the line with Leia Tower. Leia Tower met strongly and then play the ball and potentially a fumble there as Lungi tips on in a drop football. And now back with the Owls. Pick up possession. Good defence there. Sekulu regathers that one. And now from dummy half. Trying to find some width. Held up in the play ball there is Himiona. And now down left corridor, Mounties with rushing defence. Not much ground to be made there for Bustani. And the follow-up touch there by Zara McKinney. And again, struggling to get to the 40 right now. Both teams strong defensive starts. Speechley goes to the boot and tries to find some open space. And Leia Tower onto that one. Comes back to the open, beats the first. Now off the right foot, explores back down that left corridor. And it's a good return as she makes it to halfway. And now trying to head back centre field and pick up some ground. Bailey on Key Daniel. Driven into the turf after almost picking up 10. And another drop football. And conditions proving tough for both teams so far. A couple of errors and an exchange in the centre field. And no one giving an inch defensively. But ball control proving tough in the weather. 18 minutes remain in the first half here for this 14-1's Metro Gold game between the Mounties and the Guildford Owls. And as I said before, first 2 clashes throughout the season in the favour of the Mounties, but the Owls 20-18 2 weeks before finals. And good clashes for teams 1 and 2 here. As off the scrum, they try to explore short side. Good defence by Soe. He comes in heavy. And now ball across. And a solid carry. Trying to fight through over the 50. Multiple bodies in again. And good contact there on Kafi. And the try scorer. And Lola here tries to go short side corridor here on McKinney, but good defence again. And now centre field with Speechley comes off the left foot and good tackle. It's thrown to ground. And on play 5 now, play the ball. And Lola here tries to find space, but Leotau was onto that one. Tries to come out the other side, almost splits defenders, but a good tackle from Himiona. And from dummy half, they win a penalty. The referee saying too long off the back of the strong kick return. And they opt for the tap to get things moving again. Big contact over the top, and they get in the wheelbarrow and drive backwards here, do the Owls. Very, very strong. Now trying to explore, and big contact again, and another penalty. Solid defence sends a message, but referee has the call for offside as Leilani Pearson takes some heavy contact. Now trainers coming out just to check. Guildford giving a bit of intent there. Some of the contact. But Pearson, I hope she's okay in the hands of the trainer. But both these teams, 10-4 records throughout the season. And top point scorer and try scorer for the competition. The number 3 in centre for the Mounties, Paris Elizabeth Soe. 26 tries, crossed the line plenty of times. And 104 points to lead the competition in both categories for the Owls team. Kalalane and Alola here, their top point scorer, second in this competition on 98. And their top try scorer coming in the form of Latoya Uata Tupo, who scored 18 times to hold second position. And the referee wants to have a word here about the contact, and it's just a warning. But the rain continues to get heavier. And touch finder here from the penalty. Bit of a spiral towards the sideline. And a couple of metres picked up for the Mounties. Just short of halfway. You wait for play to get back under. As Ramona Malatai goes infield. And Segalius finds heavy contact over the top. And now with Papali'i through centre field. There's now the short side corridor for Ramona to Omalatai. And on halfway, runs into heavy resistance from Kafi. And now through the middle, trying to drive through Otaneru. Otaneru fights for a play the ball. And now Leotau with a good boot into space. And working back is Speechley. And close to the in goal as Pearson comes. She explores the short side. Tries to come to the open. Ball comes out there, picked up by the Mounties. Offload and play on, but referee calls a stop. And awfully close there. Segalius with the offload. And To'o Malatai almost going in. But he's called a knock-on in the contact. You apologise at some point. You might catch a couple of umbrellas in your vision. Wet and wild day here at CV Kelly Park. So that right corner, you might just have a bit of obstruction. And I'll try not to poke my own head into the vision of the camera here, but week 1 of the finals, how good. We go from great conditions to wet and wild. But Mounties 4 to the left. The ball comes across with Soe. And Soe then dishes wide, but the ball goes backwards, so play on for now. And with that one breaking down, Owls swarm defensively. And now Soe goes again from dummy half, trying to add to a tally at the top. Awfully close. It's now from dummy half. Short side. Hands across. Offload there. Ball comes loose and Guildford come up with it. Awkward conditions as the rain continues to get heavier. And now a zero tackle is called as big contact over the top there. And heavy at that. And now the Mounties trying to apply pressure. Guildford power their way forward. And a good run there. Coming from Luciani Kafi. And then off the back of it, an offside penalty. It's a relief for the Owls coming out of trouble. And a big win from that Kafi play the ball off that momentum. And now is Lola here. Lola here dishes that one off. Trying to get things moving forward again. And the contact strong on Aholele. And then off the back of that, Speechley gets involved before Lola here goes from dummy half again. And over halfway now. And trying to build some momentum. As U14's takes a strong carry. And now with Lola here again. Centre field, Siviero. And on play 5, 30 metres out now. Opportunity. Put one up in the air. Boot of Speechley comes across, chases a deep, cleaned up outside here. Owls trying to find an offload through Bustani, gets the ball out, but it's knocked on. And almost a moment there for Bustani to link up with Himiona. But just unable to handle the football. With 10 minutes remaining in the first half, the Owls lead this one 6-0. And now trying to ramp up with some line speed. As Mao and Sakulu get involved there to go after To'o Malatai. And then Mao again with good pressure. And tries to get a third. And the pressure palpable. Soi finds an offload. But again, the scrambling defence there to cover. And now Sinnerfield, Linne Mao gets another one, but a nice offload. And the offload comes at a good time from Papali'i. And on play 5, on the 40, Leia Tower tries to get a clearing kick and hooks that one across and lands with Bustani. And now Bustani met strongly and almost comes out the other side. And the penalty to boot there, call from the touchy. Says there's a late flop in. Close to halfway. Referee goes to give the mark. And a false start there, almost a kick of the referee. That would have been interesting. And heavier the rain continues to get. Nothing easy about conditions here today. Kalaline, Lola here. Hits the touch finder. And now we have to wait a moment to get things back underway. That's 6-0, 8.5 minutes remain in this first half. There's Lola here. Speechley trying to coordinate what they want to do. And they go through Mao. It's been strong defensively. Met by Olivia Kula. And then working their way through off the back of that for Sakulu. And a good platform laid there. There's Lola here off the back of that. Tries to link midfield as Aholele after pass of Siviero. Aholele, centre field for U14's. And U14's attracts numbers, but they've got numbers to the right. And that's where Lola Hare goes, picks up from the deck, tucks it under the arm, heads for the posts. And Lola Hare goes awfully close, but play 5 now. With the Guildford Owls, Summer Speechley, dummy half, crossfield kick, hooks it backwards. Himiona comes off the arm and it's a knock on. And a couple of times they've threatened with the play 5 kick, but just unable to cash in so far. But the pressure last time, particularly from Linne Mau, will come to the fore here again as we tick down to the 7-minute mark. Down the short side with Pearson and Himiona, good contact. And now with To'omalatai, runs into some big bodies, dragged to ground, buried inside the 20 here as the rain eases up again. And now Ruta Leataua, dangerous on kick return, gets a quick play the ball there. And now trying to link with Godfrey. And Godfrey goes into Amosa. Davamosa wins her side a penalty. At a crucial time. With that set bogging down a little bit, but it starts with the Leataua's play the ball. And then Amosa with a good touch. And now Tappin back underway. And through the middle of the defence and just short of halfway. That one with Blessing Otoneru. And now Taya Papali'i driven backwards. But been good. The run pass selection. Tied up in the ruck a little bit there as Kula goes with Leataua, who tries to come over the top of Himiona, but good defence. And Godfrey coming across to Talafua, and Tatalafua with good momentum. And now with Amosa in play 5 now off the back of the penalty. They roll short side. And the kick's contacted on the way through, but Speechley onto that one. Burrows her way back as they got numbers on this left side, and that's where Lola Hare wants to move the football, but lost ball. And they invite Mounties at the back end of this half now. And just over 5 minutes remaining. 30 metres out now. Find themselves with a scrum feed centre field. A big opportunity. A real tough affair, this one so far. Both teams in the wet, getting bogged down inside their own halves. Hard to move the football. And defensive pressure palpable. They go a 3-3 split here, but tucked in behind is Kula. Goes with Leataua, straight off the scrum. Tries to come out the other side, nearly does. But right side now. Potential opportunity. Godfrey then goes with Papali'i centre field. And she is met by the defence after showing the football. And left side, they go with Davamosa, and Amosa cuts back off the left foot. Trying to generate momentum. Godfrey to Kula, shows out the back, hits the front with To'omalatai. Finds Pearson on the outside. Pearson, left foot, tries to get to the corner. But Bustani's awake. Does a good job. Now opening up from that left-hand corner, back with Kula, shows the football, then gets the fend out, but meets heavy defence. Now at the posts, just to the right side, play 5. Cross now, kick from Scanlon, tries to find the corner and almost there. But Key Daniel unable to handle. And off the back of the error, almost 4 points. But the Guildford Owls do well defensively to hold on. 3.5 remain in the first half. Top of the table clash for the 14. 1 gold Metro women's competition. And a breather for all the players. As now Lola here sells a dummy and almost gets in behind the ruck. And good momentum to start this set. And a lost ball. Trying to talk with the referee, but Mounties invited again. And they're trying to play with some urgency here. And a scrum to be packed. Guildford retreating, thinking it was a penalty. But under 3 minutes. Mounties invited for a third time from an error inside the attacking half. Can they cash in this time? 6-0 to the Guildford Owls in the first half here. And scrum again, similar setup. Tower up, 4 to the right, 2 to the left, short side. And from the back they feed. Tower, that one comes out the back and goes with Cooler. A play on for now. And right side they try to push some numbers. And that's where they come with Tower, who tucks the football for now, fires across to Pearson. Pearson tries to go to the corner. The Bustani again, good defence. And Godfrey from the corner, back to Tower, cuts off the left foot, tries to drive to the line. He goes close, but not quite. And now Godfrey, again, option, fires back infield. Cooler drops back under for Tatalafua. Tatalafua meets 3. In front of the posts, they look left, go short here with Aviella Danto'o. And play 5, she's driven backwards. What do they come up with? Godfrey looks to the right, fires the football. Footwork here, offload to Cooler. Cooler comes across, hands again, picked off by Bustani. Foot race here, does she have the pace? Tower quick on the chase. And good football, almost a 4-pointer, but Bustani, defensive masterclass. Shut down Pearson a couple of times, and at the crucial moment, comes up with the intercept. Back to the 50, 1 minute left. Can the Owls find something? Himiona follows up the carry of Uatatupo. And now Lola here, dummy half, comes with Speechley. Summer Speechley gets the hands free. Can't find an offload as the rain starts again. And now Lola here wants to come down the short side, and Siviero keeps fighting her way forward. There's Najalina Siviero. Play 5 now, 30 metres out. Lola here wants to run, engages the line. Rolls that one in behind, but well cleaned up by the Mounties. And they get stuck into Soe. Unable to add to that try tally today so far. And play the ball from inside their own 20. As time will beat both teams to the back end of the half, it seems. There's only 10 seconds remain. And Bailey on Key Daniel. Last play of the half coming. And with To'o Malatai, goes to the middle and tries to get the fend out. Can she find an offload before the clock? Forget that. She beats 3, breaks through. Comes to Speechley. And now centre field and brought to ground. And that'll see us through for what has been an arm wrestle and a grind in tough conditions. But the Guildford Owls currently lead this one 6-0 heading into half-time. And today's coverage is brought to you by the Butcher's Block. And just like footy, they're built on family, respect and passion. And they believe the kitchen is the heart of every home and everyone is welcome at their table. But we'll have a short break here before coming back. After 3 head-to-head matchups, it's 2-1 in favour of the Mounties. Guildford trying to square the ledger at 2 apiece and earn their way through. We'll see who prevails after a short break. Back for the second half here. 14-1 gold Metro Women's Competition and 1v2. Tight contest in tough conditions at CV Kelly Park to kick off the finals here. The Guildford Owls lead this one 6-0. And today's game is brought to you by the Butcher's Block. And just like footy, they're built on family, respect and passion. And they believe the kitchen is the heart of every home and everyone is welcome at their table. But some opportunities for both teams, coming off errors and penalties, but unable to cash in. A couple of close calls from kicks. But the tough conditions in the wet football has proven difficult. Guildford, a couple of chances at the back end of the half to try to get some points, as did Mounties, but unable to cash in. But for now, the Owls looking for the win with a 6-0 lead, but 25 minutes to go. We await the referee's call to get us back underway. And the rain continues to come and go in waves as the players almost kicked off without the officials. And even they're not keen to get involved in the wet today. But back out now. Kick-off not far away, and make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back at 3 p.m. for the 16-1's grand final qualifier. Second versus third. Cabramatta 2 Blues and the Guildford Owls to see who moves on to play the Hills Bulls for the first spot in the grand final for our 16-1's competition. But back in our second half, 14-1's 1v2, and the short kick-off comes up trumps to start this one. The Mounties immediately good field position. Harmony Scanlon comes up with that one, and now ball across with Noraya Salanoa. And Salanoa, no nonsense, goes straight ahead. And now Godfrey to Papali'i. Papali'i dragged back by Sakulu. Now from dummy half again, Scanlon handles football, turns back under for Salanoa. And Salanoa with big contact. But the ball's been pulled out, so a penalty in a repeat set. And golden opportunity to try square the ledger earlier here. So they're just short of the 10. And Alea Tower with the tap. Gets us underway with Papali'i, and off the right foot. Tries to get to the posts. Now Godfrey looks both ways, chooses left with Scanlon out the back, tips back under for Soe. Soe tries to go for the line. And number 27 seemed close. And now Godfrey goes to Lea Tower off the right foot. Now the left, tries to cut back across bigger bodies. Papali'i, ball through the middle, trying to drive for the line now, and just short is Faith Lungy. And now from dummy half, Burrow over, but a penalty for going through the play the ball there. And Guildford celebrate just after Mounties thought they had their first. And the equaliser is denied. Nancy Godfrey, by the referee's call, deemed to have used the play the ball to score. And now Sakulu takes the first here. Kasaya Sakulu. And it's a good run, but walks off the mark. And now backwards, Lola Hare. And Lola Hare shapes one. And goes to Linea Mao. And Linea Mao caught up there with good line speed. And now Iwata Tupo with a good run. Caught up in the play the ball. There's Speechley under pressure and good line speed there. They get the turnover. And knock on. And the good kick pressure invites Mounties in for another attacking opportunity. And great effort there by the Mounties. Flashing through, they now get the scrum feed. So 25 metres out centre field. 22 remain, 6-0. With the Guildford Owls at the moment. Cooler off this scrum feed. 3-3 split centre field. Scanlon set up left. Lea Tower to the right. And Godfrey comes here with Scanlon. Now to Soe. Parasilva Soe tries to find the offload, but it's a drop ball with Key Daniel. And they push the chips in on play one. And unfortunately, the dealer collects. Score remains 6-0. And Guildford tested early defensively in the second half. But 2 wins for them early. As the rain starts to push back up again. And now scrum feed for the Owls. Very, very tight 3 on the short side here. And 3 along to the opener. Speechley just comes out the back of the scrum herself. Tries to cut across the face of the defence. Brought down in a good tackle by Lungi. There's now Lola here. Straight ahead. And an accidental bit of a hair pull there. And an apology straight away by Papali'i. 2 plays, good metres, and now a penalty. And now the tap. Let's get us going again with Uwata Tupo. And now Lola here off the back of it. Takes the quick play the ball and takes another 10 metres. And into the attacking half with the Guildford side. Uwata Tupo. And then to Siviero. And Siviero to Sakulu. Finds a front. And then a roll ball. They hand it back over. Both teams loose so far with good ball opportunities. Errors both ways. 20 minutes remain. 6-0 it remains for the Owls. And now with Kula. To'o Malatai comes out of dummy half. Starts things in a good way for the Mounties. And then the follow-up here by Key Daniel. Bailey on Key Daniel. Past the halfway. There's now Leilani Pearson off her left foot. Spins away from the first contact before she's dragged backwards. And Kula. And Faith Lungi with a good run. And now Godfrey moves that one across. And play 5 now, just short of the 20. It's a good carry there by Dunto'o. And then through the boot of Scanlon. Centre field, knock on there, and they're going to get 6 more tackles as Lola Hare dives on the football. Stops the play, but the midfield bomb gets a result from Scanlon. And now Mounties pack the scrum with urgency. 18.5 remains. And 3-3 split centre field. Same setup as last time. Leia Tower to the right. Scanlon to the left. Godfrey drops it at the back of the scrum. And opportunities for both sides in good ball. Come with errors. And not the start to the half that either team's looking for. The Owls remain in the lead. 6-0. Just under 18 minutes to play. And another reprieve on play 1. Another feed from Lola Hare. Shows right, the ducks back down left. And Maria Himiona takes the first. And now left-hand channel. Trying to get some momentum there through Aholele. And Aholele takes the carry and then nearly a lost football as it comes across with Speechley, and Speechley tries to get across the face. And Elizabeth Soy strong there. And now Uwata Tupo greeted by 3. And now Lola here from dummy half tries to drive one past Pearson. And she drops it backwards. As Bustani, she skips on the outside of her in good footwork. A good battle that has been between the two wingers. And Ruta Leotawa with another good touch. Now Ramona to Omalatai. Follows that one up. Kula comes to Papali'i. Now comes to Soe. And Paris Elizabeth Soe with a bump off the first. Now trying to cut back to the middle. And held up in the play the ball. Now across. Papali'i off the right foot. Looks for a pass option but can't find one. And on play 5 for Mounties again. Lots of football in the attacking half. Can they get a result? Leotawa. Cross for Speechley. Almost has that one spill out the front but does well. And then the kick pressure. Follows in and now inside the 10. Trying to work out of the corner. And now again, Speechley. And tough meters being made here. And now a good run, a great line speed to Greet. Maybe coming out of this one a little worse for wear after the heavy run of Kafi. Is Soe from the Mounties, but she's back to her feet now. And Uata Tupo on play 5 with Lola Hare and charge down there from Kula, but then kicks it again to Speechley after 6 against called. So bullet dodge by the Mounties, and now Pearson and Bustani come together again. And the touches. There's now Ruta Leotawa again, threatening to come out the other side, but just not quite yet. As we go under the 15-minute mark, Our still leads 6-0. Pearson shows the football from dummy half. Set up on there by Himiona. And now Kula dishes that one back in for Aviella Danto'o. Now width for Papali'i. Shows the ball, comes off the left foot. And play 5, similar position again. Centre field, 25 out. And short side, Leotawa tries to beat Speechley, but she's quick onto the football. And now explores the short side. And good defence, but a great clean up there by Summer Speechley. And a quick play the ball. Trying to get some momentum. There's Angelina Siviero. Cuts across centre field after Lady Tawakila. Comes up with a good carry. But now we have a stoppage. 13 and a half remaining. Caught up in the play the ball there. Leotawa. Strong contact, but a break for everybody in what has been a really, really tough second half and a game overall in the wet conditions. But Ruta Leotawa seems to be okay. So a positive there, but a real fight here to see who moves on. The other team will go back and play an elimination final. Back underway with Linnea Mao. And now play 5. Over the head of Ramona to Omalatai. She starts to come down the left, now goes back to the right and gets the fend out a few times. Ball comes free, ref's call. There's a knock on. And Guildford, for the first time, find themselves with a bit of field position in this second half. And from that drop football, they're going to pack a scrum in the attacking 40. See how they set up here. Speechley first off the scrum. Lola here to feed and pass. 2 on the short side, 4 to the open. And they come open side. Lola here links with Speechley. And then hands across for Komoto. And Komoto met with heavy resistance. As now Lola here, dangerous all game, goes with Speechley. Now to McKinney. A number on the outside. The defence from Key Daniel. And now U14's from dummy half. Tries to drive forward. And Lola here. Pulling the strings again with Siviero. And Mao laser line centre field. And now Lola here cuts across the face. And Siviero goes to Speechley. Tries to go long. And now heading for the corner. Himiona cuts back in. Runs into Papali'i. Play 5 now. Can they get a result? Lola here. Dummy half. Goes the short side. Fires along past the Bustani. Close to the touchline. Pearson comes up and they shut it down. But the ball comes out. And held called by the referee. A good defensive stand there by the Mounties. And score remains 6-0 in favour of the Owls as we hit the 11-minute mark in the second half. And now out of the corner. Tough work to do as bodies come in. And they drive backwards. Pearson gets a little bit wider on the second play. Leia Tower again almost comes out the other side so many times. And Kula pass across. Good tackle coming in low there as Kula dishes there after the run of Otaneru. And play 5 now. Maybe a bit shaken up as Scanlon goes to the sky and a miscommunication, but it back bounce there to Key Daniel. Now offload to Scanlon and set upon by Lola Hare. And good shutdown on play 5. And 10 minutes remain now. Time of the essence in what has been a really tight game, and now Lola Hare comes across here. Luisi and Garfi with a good run. And Lola here continues to try to create damage from dummy half as Lin Mal been strong today. And now Lola here with a marker down. Flies across to Speechley, tries to sell the dummy. But a good tackle and momentum building as Lola here comes left. And now Siviero. And she also engages as they reset left again, and that's where Lola here comes. And ball across with Lela Ohalele. And Aholele goes close and play 5 now. Do they come open or do they go short side? Ball with Lola here, tries to roll one through, cleaned up by Scanlon in the in-goal. Offload here to Key Daniel, tries to get out, lines there. Can she find open field? She does. And it's a great effort there to link up. And Bailey on Key Daniel gets out of the in-goal. And now off the line, Paris Elizabeth Soe tries to get things moving, as does Ramona To'omalatai. And now from dummy half, set upon quickly by Mao is Amosa. And Amosa now for Leia Tower, who dangerously again almost comes out the other side. And the threat continues, but a bit of a set-saving carry there. Just short of the 40. Olivia Cooler from dummy half kicks that one forward, and Speechley looks down this short side, now cuts back off the right and heads centre field before Scanlon brings it down. And now only 8 minutes remaining. Owls still have the 6-0 lead. Tied up at the play the ball there. And good pressure and line speed by Mounties. Both sides defensively have been very good as U14's brought down. And now Zara McKinney tries to get things back to centre field. And Lola Hare stands up, does Caroline Lola Hare. But they're awake to her run. And now Mao with Garfi. And Garfi tries to break free, attracts 3 on play 5. And again with Lola Hare. Speechley crossfield, and that one's in behind, and it's got to beat all the players to the touchline. So the Mounties, pretty good field position off the back of that defensive set. Will play the ball on their 30. And now with Kula, almost goes behind Papali'i, but she does well to handle and runs into heavy resistance. And it's a good shot over the top by Aholele. And a juggle there, but held by Davamosa. Now Leotawa again, Ruta Leotawa comes out the other side, finally comes to open space, foot race with Speechley, who does well. And tackle from behind, but momentum now. Pearson from dummy half, tangled up here with Uata Tupo. And they hold on, but offside penalty. And now a golden chance to try and tie things up with a penalty and the momentum. 6 minutes remaining. Now with Kula, just short of the 10. Quick tap, gets things moving with Lungi. Lungi heads to the post. Faith Lungi gets the first. Held up there. And now from dummy half. Ball comes across for Amosa. Amosa beats the first. Now tries the second and held up for now. Referee gets low. And he's called that a try. And Davamosa, off the back of the momentum from Leotawa, a penalty to follow. And the two front rowers, 8 and 10. First it's Lungi and the play the ball laid. Davamosa burrows over and beats a couple. And 6-4 with a kick to come. Potentially looking at extra time again for the second time here at CV Kelly Park. But a very important conversion coming. And after what has been an absolute grind, the quick error and early points for the Owls all the way back in the second minute of this game. It's been a real slugfest for 40-plus minutes to land where we are now. And a huge kick here to try and tie things up. But that try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. And it lays with the boot. Ruta Leotawa. And a deaf silence across CV Kelly Park as the rain pulls up for now. The first place Mounties trying to take this one into deeper waters if they can tie this up. Time off called by the referee. And it's not the preferred side for the left footer as the proverbial call of lollyleg starts in the background. Feel like I'm at the Masters as Leotawa lines it up and almost takes paint off the uprights, but unable to convert. It's 6-4 the score remains. The Owls with the slightest of advantages, but still time here for the Mounties. And Leotawa started the momentum that leads to that try. It finished off with the runs of Lungi and then Amosa crashing over. But 3.5 minutes remain. Who's progressing and who's going to an elimination final? And now with Lola here. They try to take some time here. And a good extra 10 seconds chewed up. There's now Lola here, drives one down and Pearson picks up the football. And heads back down the right corridor again and meets Bustani. Been a real battle between the two wingers today as now Kula in at dummy half. And spins that one to try and get back to centre field. And then they play the ball with Leotawa who takes off again and finds an offload on the back of it. And now with Lungi and Faith Lungi takes the momentum. And Mounties growing in the back end of this game. Kula now across to Papali'i. Papali'i Tries to find an offload, does to Cooler now. Goes through the middle. Speechley comes up with a vital tackle. Where do they go from here? Soe from dummy half. Picks it up. Tries to cut through the ruck. Space comes open, but Lola Hare, big tackle. Play 5 now. Cooler looks left, looks right. Gives the football. And they get held up, but then the offload comes out the back, picked up by Leia Tower. Leia Tower cuts across, tries to find an offload, beats a tackle. Scanlon, quick hands to Soe, gets it outside, jamming defence by Bustani. And it's a big play and a turnover. It all started from a threatening offload from Aviela Danto'o. And nearly another try. But the Guildford Owls hold on for now. But there's a couple of hands-on heads as we tick down to the 2-minute mark. But Majalina Siviero with a good touch to start us off. Now trying to get things moving away from their goal line. And a bit of a slower play the ball this time as that one almost falls short of Speechley, and she's set upon very quickly. And good pressure there by Lungi. Now Lola Hare. Goes to Mao, and Linne Mao met quickly as well. And short of the 30 now. Lola Hare tries to link up with Luisiani Kafi, and Kafi on play 5. Mounties earning themselves some good field position for one last attacking raid. Speechley's kicks pressured, but she gets rid of it. And now Pearson drops it backwards for now, but Bustani's coming and has to dive on it. So good result in the end for the Owls. Potential last set for the Mounties. And cutting back in field is To'o Malatai. 1 minute remaining. 4 tackles up their sleeve. A strip there and a penalty is called for the strip. In time of the essence here, they need to get moving. Quick tap and play on with Ramona To'o Malatai. Mao comes up. Gets the jersey and heavy over the top. Penalty on halfway. Clock still ticking as they remonstrate here. And time off called by the referee. And 39 seconds remain. 6-4. Guildford still hold the advantage, but Mounties momentum building in these last few moments. And we hope that Ramona To'omalatai is okay. 39 seconds, a penalty. Likely get to have at least 4 of the tackles out of the 5 for the chance to progress and move on and send the other to an elimination final. And the wind taken out of the sails a little bit with this moment. But no surprise, another blockbuster between these two teams. The 2-1 head-to-head in Game 3 only 2 weeks ago leading into the finals was 2018 in favour of the Owls, who hold the slight advantage. And with 40 seconds to go, listen to the noise start to come from CV Kelly Park. And the referee takes a bit of the wind out of the sails after all the noise. I'm going to have a chat here. He's called out Linne Mao. And along with Lola Hare, it's 10 in the bin. And they're going to finish the last set a player short. So the odds have increased for the Mounties here, but only 4 players to do it in a limited time. Can they cash in after the binning of Linne Mao? The referee gives the mark, and now they play on through Leia Tower, and Ruta Leia Tower tries to link and does so with Amosa. 30 seconds. Dummy half, it's Leia Tower to Scanlon to Bapali'i. Bapali'i held up. Can't find an offload. 20 seconds remaining. 2 more plays potentially. Leia Tower, Scanlon, Amosa again brought down. 10 seconds potentially. Last play. Scanlon plays that one in for Danto'o. 5 seconds, maybe 1 more play the ball. Can she get it in time? 2 seconds, 1. They get the play the ball. Last play of the game. Olivia Cooler holds the football, pass out the back over the top, goes to Malatai and shut down. And the Guildford Owls hold on and progress here. And after the Mounties get the better in the first two fixtures, the Owls 2018, 2 weeks before the finals, and then a big win here to move on, and they send the Mounties to an elimination final next week. What has been an absolute dogfight in this Metro Gold 14's ones women's competition. The top of the table clash, and you can see why. No inch was given between these two teams defensively, and a hell of a game. But Guildford move on, and Mounties now to an elimination final. And a great game we've been treated to at CV Kelly Park. But stick around, 3 p.m. Still the 16-1s men's competition. Match of the round to come. Grand final qualifier. Cabramatta 2 Blues up against the Guildford Owls to see who will play the minor Premier Hills Bulls for the first spot in the grand final. Tune in for that one at 3 p.m. And as always, today's coverage is brought to you by the Butcher's Block. And just like the footy, they're built on family, respect and passion. And they believe the kitchen is the heart of every home and everyone is welcome at their table. Thank you to them and all our sponsors. You'll see the QR codes down below. Scan those for any extra information and specials. And we thank them again for all their support of the match of the round. But that wraps us up for now. We'll be back at 3 p.m. for the 16-1s match of the round. I've been Lewis Shepherd. Have a great weekend. Nice place, guys. Good. Yeah, it was a good dog fight. Yeah.